2, and they're driving, but they come up on a 3rd and short here. Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2, and they'll set up the screen to Gurley. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So that scores now on their first 2 possessions, but it's 6-0. Probably not the kind of scores they were hoping for.
No, not at all, but I think that they've shown that they can have some success against this defense. So they'll go back to the sideline knowing the points are going to be there for the taking.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities. On every offensive coordinator, every play caller sheet, they have about 5 or 6 plays per game that they call shot plays or big plays, and you don't get many opportunities to dial them up, and they just did, and they drop it with a great chance.
It got his man complete. 20, 10, 5, touchdown. Mike Wallace, 83 yards, and his guys are an extra point away now from taking the lead. And Charles, correct me if I'm wrong, I think they just went 4 verts there against cover 2, didn't they?
They did, and it's really an excellent route versus cover 2 because the longer it develops, the more stress is put on the safeties because they're the ones back, each with half the field responsibilities. The corners don't retreat very far in cover 2. They're closer to the line of scrimmage, so now you've got 4 receivers putting pressure on 2 guys covering. Usually you'll find someone open, and that's exactly what they did there. Made the catch and carried it all the way into the end zone.
Carolina getting set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
I know the initial focus was on how far that pass was downfield, but how about the coverage on the play? Able to stay with him, get his hands where the receiver's hands were going to try and catch the ball, tips it up in the air, and knocks it away.
On play action, now Brady. They'll roll him out right. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
There are a good number of coaches at any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Third down here for the offense after the incomplete pass. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Snap comes at 1, and it's Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Sean Lee in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. On 4th down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. This is brought in at the 21. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now this offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Throwing on first is Wentz. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So 2nd and 10 here. Once again here on 2nd and 10. And this one complete to Witten over the middle. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs. So an excellent throw and an excellent catch there.
Zone coverage, which means you just have to find the open areas in between defenders. That's exactly what happened on that play.
2 minutes to play in a tightly contested first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. Wentz now on first down. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line. Now the Panthers offense, they get set to come back onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They're going to hurry back to the line now. Now Brady, he'll throw underneath for Gurley. The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Now I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the side. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Damon Harrison in there to get him for a loss of 5. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw. And that's incomplete. He was trying to get it to Michael Crabtree there. 3rd down here. A long way to go for the offense here on 3rd down. Shotgun now for Brady. He's going to look deep down the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That's a bold strike right there, taking it downfield and putting some air on it. But how about the coverage? Able to get his hands across the receiver and bat the ball down.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they take the lead here as it's now 9-6. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
Not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though this offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points.
Now this offense ready to take over again. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk is a big decision here.
It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
They're throwing it on first down, but no one was open, so he gets flushed out of the pocket, runs towards the sidelines, gets out of bounds with a good gain and a first down.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. So on that play, defense was in the zone. They ran a crossing route offensively, but the defense there, you got to be good with communication, don't you?
You certainly do.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. From midfield, here's Wentz. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ryan Shazier. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And over the middle to the tight end, Bennett. Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. On second down, here's Brady. He's got time. He's going to float this one deep right side. Looking for Jeffrey, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So out now comes the offense back onto the field. And you got to think, if this is anything other than just taking a knee, I'd be very surprised.
Yeah, they've got enough to talk about at the half. Why do anything else? Just get out of there.
So offense moving a little too slow there, could not get set, and they get the penalty. And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. On play action, it's Brady. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right? Whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Rob Ninkovich in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Brady now to throw. Caught right side is Jeffrey. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
I've got to make sure that I don't take Tom Brady's greatness for granted, that we make it routine. How about that throw right there? Yeah. Another great completion.
And you know one area where he honed his throwing, he was a catcher in high school. He was actually drafted by the Expos in 1995 in the 18th round.
Wow, that would have been something to see him behind the dish.
Think he gunned down a few guys?
Gunned down a few guys trying to steal second. That would have been fun to watch.
Brady will try again on second down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
That was a classic example of trying to run with the ball without securing the catch. Here's the thing about those rack yards. Instead of making the catch first and then taking off.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. They isolate Jeffrey to the left side. Here's Brady, and that will be incomplete as well. So out comes the field goal team once more. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And this one is right down Broadway. And they double their lead, pushing it up now to 12-6. So making 4 out of 4 now in the field goal department, and he's able to extend their lead.
When drives are bogged down, he's been automatic out there. So nice to have a kicker you can count on to put points on the board.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
And he's got Jamal Charles. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. A gain of 3, second down. Here we go with 2nd and 7. Wentz to throw on second down. Screen play, Johnson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains. A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. And yet again, this run game just continues to be completely shut off.
Completely stymied. I mean, they're trying to get some consistency, trying to find places to roam. They just haven't been there throughout this game.
And this one complete to Witten over the middle. 15 yards through the air and a first down. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. On the counter, it's Charles. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Back now in Arlington, as we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. Second down and just 1. On second down, here's Wentz. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Ryan Kerrigan in there to sack him for a loss of 6. 8th play of the drive forthcoming, and they need 8 yards on third down. Here's Wentz to throw, eluding the pressure right. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. Well, interceptions have been a problem in this one. If he could have gotten his feet down here, it would have been another.
Would have been a huge one. They've had a great game taking the ball away. Thought they had another one, just unable to get those cleats in bounds.
So an empty possession there. What do you think went wrong, Charles?
Well, it looked like maybe the plant leg might have given way just a little. And when that happens, guys have a tendency to pull through the ball to compensate. And in doing so, sent this one off target.
Throwing on first down is Brady. And they'll set up the screen to Gurley. A good first down call as the screen play gets them 9. Second down now after the pass completion. They come out with 1 back and 3 tight ends. Now on second down, this is Gurley. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. Brady looking to throw on 3rd and 2. It finds Crabtree for the completion. They get 9 yards there, and they get a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because They really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
Oh, so frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away from getting that football back here. Down late, tough.
Now they've got to find a way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
On second down, here's Brady. A right side catch by Crabtree. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that.
Now defensively here, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. So now 11 yards to go for this offensive unit. It's second down. Brady going to throw here. Caught right side is Jeffrey. Still on his feet. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.